Imagine lying in bed after a long day. The room is quiet. The clock ticks softly. Your body finally begins to relax, and just when you start drifting into deep sleep, you feel it again. That annoying urge to get up and use the bathroom. You sigh, swing your legs over the side of the bed, and shuffle toward the toilet. You tell yourself, it is just one trip. But soon it becomes 2 or 3. And by the time morning comes, you feel more exhausted than when you went to bed. For millions of seniors, this has quietly become a nightly battle. The strange thing is, most people think it is just part of aging. But a leading urologist recently revealed that the real cause might be something much simpler. It could be the way you drink water. Dr. Michael Lang, a senior urologist with over 3 decades of experience, said something that surprised everyone during a medical conference in Boston. He looked at the crowd and said, "It is not always about how much water you drink. It is about when and how you drink it." That simple statement made many doctors in the room pause. Because for years, people were told to drink 8 glasses of water daily. But no one explained that timing and rhythm matter just as much as quantity. Before we go deeper, let us understand what actually happens when you wake up multiple times at night to urinate. The medical term is nocturia. According to a 2018 study published in the journal Sleep Medicine Reviews, nearly 60% of adults over the age of 60 suffer from nocturia. It not only disrupts rest, but also increases the risk of falls and fatigue. The same study found that lack of deep sleep from frequent nighttime urination can raise blood pressure and worsen memory. But what triggers nocturia in the first place? Dr. Lang explains that our kidneys work around the clock to filter blood and remove waste. During the day, the body handles this efficiently because we are moving, our blood pressure is higher, and our hormones are active. But at night, the body is supposed to slow down. There is a hormone called vasopressin that signals the kidneys to make less urine while we sleep. However, if the body senses excess fluid or imbalance in hydration, this system becomes confused. The kidneys continue working like it is daytime, and you wake up to empty your bladder again and again. The key problem, Dr. Lang says, lies in how people hydrate. Many seniors tend to sip water irregularly throughout the day, and then try to catch up in the evening, especially after dinner. Some even drink water before bed to avoid dehydration. While the intention is good, the timing is wrong. When you drink large amounts of water too close to bedtime, your body simply cannot process it all before you sleep. Instead, it pushes that water to the bladder overnight. So what is the right way to drink water? Dr. Lang gives a surprisingly simple answer. He tells his patients to think of water like sunlight. You need most of it earlier in the day when your body is most active. He recommends front-loading your hydration, meaning you should drink the majority of your daily water between morning and mid-afternoon. In one 2020 study published in the Journal of Urology, researchers found that participants who consumed 70% of their water intake before 3 in the afternoon reduced nighttime urination by almost 40% within just 2 weeks. That is a significant improvement without any medication. Here is how Dr. Lane breaks it down. When you wake up, your body is slightly dehydrated because it has gone several hours without fluids. This is when your kidneys and cells are ready to absorb water efficiently. The first glass you drink in the morning helps restart digestion, lubricate joints, and flush out toxins. In fact, a 2019 study from the University of Tokyo found that drinking a moderate glass of water within 30 minutes of waking up improved circulation and kidney function in older adults. The right amount is about 1 medium glass. Not a full bottle, just enough to signal your organs that the day has begun. Throughout the morning, Dr. Lang advises sipping water slowly every hour instead of gulping large quantities at once. This keeps your blood volume stable and prevents your bladder from filling too quickly. One major mistake many people make is drinking water only when they feel thirsty. Thirst is actually a late signal. By the time you feel it, your body is already mildly dehydrated. For seniors, the thirst sensation also becomes weaker with age. So relying on thirst alone leads to uneven hydration and can confuse the kidneys even more. Now comes the afternoon. Dr. Lang suggests continuing hydration at a steady pace until about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. After that, your intake should gradually slow down. If you stop heavy drinking by early evening, your body will have enough time to process fluids before you lie down for sleep. This timing allows the hormone vasopressin to do its job effectively during the night. In a 2021 clinical trial from the European Journal of Geriatrics, participants who limited water after 6 in the evening reported up to 50% fewer nighttime bathroom trips within 1 month. But timing alone is not everything. The way you drink water matters just as much. Dr. Lang tells his patients not to chug water quickly. Rapid drinking can cause the kidneys to excrete fluid faster because the body interprets sudden intake as overload. Instead, take small sips, allowing the saliva and stomach to process it gently. This helps water reach your cells rather than flooding your bladder. The process of slow sipping has another benefit. It reduces bloating and helps maintain steady blood pressure. Another point many people overlook is the type of beverages they consume in the evening. Caffeine and alcohol are diuretics. That means they make the body lose water faster. Even small amounts of coffee, tea, or wine at dinner can overstimulate the bladder and worsen nocturia. The American Urological Association published a 2017 report confirming that cutting down caffeine after 2 in the afternoon can reduce nighttime urination frequency in older adults. Herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos, on the other hand, do not strain the kidneys the same way and can be soothing before bed. Dr. Lang also explains that salt plays a hidden role in nighttime urination. When you eat salty foods, your body retains more water to balance sodium levels. Later, as you rest, your body releases that stored fluid through urine. A 2019 study from Nagasaki University in Japan followed over 300 adults who reduced their salt intake by just 20%. Within a few weeks, their nighttime bathroom trips dropped by nearly 30%. This shows that proper hydration is not just about water. It is also about maintaining a balance between water and minerals. One of Dr. Lang's elderly patients, a 74-year-old woman named Margaret, shared her story during an interview. For years, she would wake up 3 to 4 times every night to use the bathroom. She thought it was just her age or weak bladder muscles. After following Dr. Lang's hydration plan for a month, drinking most of her water before afternoon, avoiding caffeine after lunch, and reducing salt at dinner, her nighttime trips went down to once or none at all. She said she had not slept this well in over a decade. What surprised her most was how energetic she felt in the morning. The improvement in sleep restored her focus, mood, and balance. There is also a psychological side to nocturia. Many seniors feel anxious before bed because they expect to wake up. This anticipation itself can make sleep shallow. But when people start following a proper hydration rhythm and notice results, that anxiety fades. Their confidence in their body's rhythm returns. The body responds positively to consistency. When you teach it when to expect water and when to rest, it begins to adapt naturally. Another factor that often goes unnoticed is temperature. Cold water can stimulate the bladder more than warm or room temperature water. Dr. Lang advises patients to drink water that feels natural, not chilled. Studies from the Journal of Nephrology in 2020 showed that cooler fluids pass through the digestive system faster, which increases urine production in the short term. Room temperature water is absorbed more evenly, keeping the body stable. For seniors who take medications, there is one more detail to pay attention to. Some drugs, such as those for high blood pressure or heart conditions, have mild diuretic effects. That means they make you urinate more. Dr. Lang often reminds patients to take these medicines earlier in the day, if their doctor agrees. Moving certain doses from evening to morning can drastically reduce nighttime urination. In a 2022 review published in The Lancet Healthy Longevity, researchers found that adjusting medication timing under doctor supervision reduced nocturia in over 40% of patients. The relationship between the bladder and brain also matters. As we age, the bladder muscle may lose elasticity, making it less able to hold urine comfortably. However, overtraining the bladder by going just in case before bed can make it more sensitive. The brain learns that even a little fullness means you must empty it. Dr. Lang encourages gentle bladder retraining. For instance, if you feel the urge at night but it is mild, try to breathe slowly and relax for a few minutes before getting up. This helps the brain relearn patience and increases bladder capacity over time. Now, you might be wondering how much total water you should drink in a day. Dr. Lang advises not to follow a rigid rule like 8 glasses. The amount depends on body weight, diet, and environment. Generally, most older adults do well with about 1.5 to 2 liters spread through the day. If your urine is light yellow, you are doing fine. If it is dark, you need a little more. But remember, the goal is balance, not overload. Sometimes seniors avoid water because they fear more trips to the bathroom. But this can backfire. Dehydration actually irritates the bladder lining and makes it more sensitive. A 2018 study in urology practice found that older adults who slightly increased their daytime hydration had fewer urges overall, even though they drank more water. The reason is that healthy hydration calms the bladder rather than overworking it. There is also an emotional element to all this. Many older adults silently carry embarrassment about frequent urination. They hesitate to travel, attend family gatherings, or sleep through the night without anxiety. But understanding that simple habits like timing and rhythm can restore control is empowering. Dr. Lang says that every time one of his patients reports sleeping through the night for the first time in years, they regain a sense of dignity and peace that no medicine can replace. The human body, even in its later years, is incredibly intelligent. It constantly communicates through signals. First, fatigue and restlessness are all ways the body tries to restore balance. When you begin to align your water intake with your body's natural rhythm, you start listening again. And that small act of awareness can change everything. Dr. Lang often ends his sessions with a quiet reminder: your body is not failing you. It is only following the pattern you give it. He believes that nighttime urination is not a curse of age, but a sign of mixed signals. Once you correct those signals, your body quickly adjusts. So tonight, instead of filling your glass before bed, try a different routine. Drink steadily through the morning and afternoon. Have your last full glass around dinner. Take slow, mindful sips in the early evening if you need to. Keep caffeine away after lunch. Let your body process fluids while you are awake and active. When you finally lie down, your kidneys will know it is time to rest too. In the silence of the night, you might notice something new. Hours pass, and you are still sleeping. No urge, no interruptions, just the calm rhythm of deep rest. And when morning light touches your face, you open your eyes, not to exhaustion, but to energy. All because you learn to listen to your body's simplest need in the right way. The truth, as Dr. Lang says, is that healing often begins not with big changes, but with small corrections. Drinking water the right way might sound ordinary, but for those who have struggled with sleepless nights, it can feel like a miracle. Science backs it. Real lives prove it. The power was always in your hands. All it needed was the right timing, and that single shift can give you back something priceless. Peaceful, uninterrupted sleep.